It's that time again.
A new year, a new WarioWare. I mean, it's been like 3 years now. Good enough.
It's real photographs.
Mario's nephew.
Man, they're already remaking Super Pure. The industry's got no unique ideas these days.
Ideas.
I was hoping it was just a shed.
It's not too far off. I am devastated to announce that besides those few lines, the fully voice-acted cutscenes are absent in this game.
Ding.
What's wrong with it?
Well, there's a poop button, that's why.
Oh no. They're all turning soft and adorable.
They're all turning marketable.
Oh god, we're being stuffed into a blind bag.
Fucking Ashley one, Jesus.
She did not care. If you've ever wondered what it was like inside of Wario's nose, here we go.
Get it together.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a Let's Play of WarioWare. Get it together. The new WarioWare game just came out very recently for the Nintendo Switch, the follow-up to WarioWare Gold. It takes a very different take on the WarioWare formula, and one that I think pays off. I understand you two are very unfamiliar with how this game goes, purposefully it seems.
I didn't even look at any videos, I didn't even see a trailer.
Great. I'm excited to show you because it is super different. First example, you could play the entire campaign co-op.
Ooh.
I'm going to be playing it single player for now, but I will be showing off the co-op feature later on. As always, we start with Wario's level.
Alright, let's go. Huh?
Couple of capsules from Dragon Ball Z.
I mean, it is kind of peculiar that they went out of their way to voice all the characters in the 3DS one, but on the more powerful console, they don't.
More powerful and popular.
And money garlic.
So this is how it's different. You play as the WarioWare cast in all the microgames. They all control differently, they all have their own abilities, they all have their own strengths and weaknesses. And this is Wario's. He can fly in any direction and use his classic shoulder charge to do different activities.
That's cute, little Wario Land references.
Is the jetpack a Wario Land reference at all? Or is this just new?
I think it's just new.
Huh?
That little poofy boy is ruining the game.
And now it's gonna get really philosophical. But what if I go into myself? What will I find?
What if I poopy out my intro?
Ah, Orbulon.
Forgot about that.
Time to die, Wario.
Very sad look through into his own life.
Poor Wario. He really doesn't deserve all this. Maybe he does, I don't know.
Wario time.
So, in classic WarioWare fashion, you play a bunch of really short mini-games called micro-games, you gotta complete them real quick. But this time you gotta play as the characters. To start off, we just have Wario. Swallowing a shuriken, it's the same thing as always. Now this one's tricky because you just gotta let it swing. If you try to swing it too much yourself, it's not gonna quite work.
Just end up undoing the momentum.
Basically.
Mr. Wario.
And here's young Cricket.
Hey, Cricket.
This is where it starts getting interesting, because we're gonna be dealing with several different characters.
I find it interesting he's being introduced now.
Yeah, the next character is gonna be introduced here in a second too, and it's an interesting choice as well.
I'm guessing young Cricket shot up the popularity, or?
We're trying to make it happen. Few games in. Still waiting.
Nice.
He's pretty much the basic boy, he just runs and jumps. And now 18 volt, without 9 volts by his side, that's interesting.
Get this, I'm irritating!
You get used to it.
My legs don't work and I throw discs.
Yeah, I don't even need to explain what he does anymore. That's pretty much it.
Wow.
He doesn't move, and he can throw discs. Surprisingly, he's a pretty diverse and useful character.
He's got a laser pointer in his skull.
Yeah. Or in his glasses, but you know, probably implanted in his skull. In times where you do need to maneuver, you can use these rings that are placed specifically in the microgames when you're playing as 18 volt.
I'm a lazy asshole!
Lazy asshole and Cricket. That'll be our team name.
Pay attention to the poster back there. Smack the right boy. The lazy part will actually come in to play later, believe it or not.
Memorize.
It's a backwards C.
See?
Yes.
Hey, get out of the way!
Excuse me, East?
I kind of like it. I kind of like this idea of like you actually playing with the characters and they have their own skills.
Yeah, I always thought that one of the most underrated parts of WarioWare was its cute characters, but now they're at the forefront, which I think is a bit overdue, I'd say.
Kinda, yeah.
Draw.
The one musketeer.
The One Musketeer.
Damn, it's a breakdancing nose.
Now, while the boss stages can also, like all the other microgames, be completed with any character, you're always going to be using the character who's named after the level to fight the boss the first time you play it. If you replay the stage, you can get a random character to fight the boss with.
Oh god, are those nose hairs?
Oh god, what a universe this is.
Do you have to avoid them?
Not the nose hairs, no. Just the meteors and this thing. This one's a bit trial and error because it's very easy on your first playthrough to not expect the spikes.
Joking at something.
Ah, yes, the treasure nose planet.
Pretty good, eh?
Of course 18 volt knows what a game bug is.
I see.
I mean, they were all working together on the games to begin with, so I feel like somebody should have figured this out.
I was stuck in a PlayStation demo disc for 3 years.
Why do you think I'm so big for my age?
I'm 47.
That takes care of Wario's.
We'll never see him again.
I am actually going to do my best to play as all of the characters as equally as possible. Once we get into Mona's stage here, we're going to actually have more characters than we can use all at once. So I will have to actually start making some cuts to the roster every now and again. Mona looks precious in this game. Look at that big old head.
Wait, you're a high schooler?
Yeah, I know. She looks like a mom.
Yeah, I always thought she was like a young adult, at least.
So Mona is one of a few characters that actually moves on their own. They can't stop moving, so you gotta control their scooter throughout the whole thing. She can stop if you use the boomerang, but at that point the boomerang just keeps moving. So you're always on the move in some fashion.
Only the boomerang escapes.
All right.
Oh, where'd Mona go?
I like how he has to push it.
Yeah.
What a mess.
Oh, she's pissed.
Yeah, it's the toilet games? What?
That's life. Womp womp.
A bowl of shit. Where I'm stuck with 8-volt and cricket.
Actually, it's 18 volt in Wario. Now you're stuck with us.
So you can pick your characters, but I'm for the most part going to be using the auto choice to determine who I play as, just so that everyone can get as equal an opportunity as possible, so I'm not just sticking with my favorites. Because there are definitely favorites. There's some characters that are just great.
This is her house? It's fucking massive.
I know. I don't know how she got all this money, or her parents or whatever.
I'm home. Oh no. What a mess.
That's what you get for having such exotic pets, Mona. You shouldn't be having these. Look at her fish. What fish is that?
What happened here?
And look at these frog statues, too. She has interesting decor, I'll say that. One is happy, one is terrified.
Maybe you should just sell them. or use the punishment boomerang all the time.
Just leave it in the wall.
Match.
Oh, I thought the piggy was holding Tibby again from Rhythm Heaven. Which I have since played, by the way, and it's great.
Oh good, so when a Rhythm Heaven things goes up, you just tell us?
Yeah.
Take that.
Ready.
It's the best way to stay in place as Mona.
Yeah. Looking good.
Nah.
He squishes her. My turn.
Oops. You gotta peel it down, Wario.
On it.
Connect.
Nice.
I don't know why, I always love pipe puzzles like this.
Chill.
So long as you're not pouring ramen into it.
No. Pet the dog with my scooter.
No, I have a fourth pet.
No, damn it, no!
Sorry, neighbors, I hit your dog with my scooter, but my scooter's tiny, so it's okay. Why didn't you start with that?
Why did you come to us without any fear with that revelation?
Fuck your gums.
With style.
Why not?
That's my favorite quote from Wario. Why not?
Up the nose? Why not?
I'll take this one, Mona.
So exciting.
There's actually a lot of mini games that have to do with water physics. Some of them can be kind of tricky because it doesn't always feel entirely consistent how to splash the water properly.
Speed.
Turn on.
Hello, sir.
No. I was hoping you could sit on him.
Knock down.
Me too.
Mona, do we need to have a talk with you and animals?
Good. Impressive.
Those cost too much money.
Hey, you're supposed to study.
Alright, this one is one of those classic bosses that makes you think, but takes too long.
Complete package.
So you got the boot, you got the can, you got the mug. So now I need the tea kettle to match the picture up there. in
Yellow.
the mug.
Your mug.
Oh, there's a roach up there blocking my view.
Instinctively, I want to crush it.
I don't know if I do this because I actually learned this later, but you can actually knock the roach out of the way. There we go, okay. I didn't know that on my first playthrough, I just kind of looked around him.
You were like, I'll deal with the bugs in real life, it's okay.
Yeah, I need these boots.
I thought I just shipped her off, like I grabbed her.
Yeah, I did.
And that's how it's done.
I just noticed how fucking hype that wardrobe is. What I don't like about the presentation of this game is that it has the intro cutscenes, but in older WarioWare games, in fact, I think like most of them, there's also a cutscene afterwards that shows like a resolution to what happened, but this game doesn't have that.
She killed them all. We can't see that.
So now you got a branching path. You can go with Dr. Crygor, Dribble, and Spitz, or 9-volt. Let's just go like middle, left, right, eh?
Let's see how our taxi boys are doing this time.
Aww.
We brought space to us.
Well, of course you would think it's funny.
I'm shitty.
Don't you see all the poop? I'm shitty.
You're the one with the toilet.
So Dribble and Spitz are interesting. They're our first instance of a co-op character. Player 1 will always play as Dribble, and if you're playing co-op, player 2 will always play as Spitz. The downside is that we're never actually going to see Spitz in the single-player playthrough then.
All the Spitz fans are like, fuck this Let's Play, as they just leave.
CJ didn't want shit to do with this.
The only difference between the two is that Dribble fires to the right, Spitz fires to the left. Otherwise, they control exactly the same. Which makes me wonder, like, I kind of would have liked it if they were just both in the pool together. Because it's not like Spitz is useless because he fires to the left. I mean, you could still make him work. And one thing I didn't mention, of course, like in the character's introductory level, you have to always choose them. You can't unchoose Dribble here.
We're gonna get this fucking taxi fare no matter how many games it takes.
Now they're like tour guides. They toured the galaxy.
I hope this is just the commercial for the service.
We'll go anywhere, asterisk, except Tomorrow Hill.
And everyone just understands why. I love those little dudes down there.
Oh, hey, it's like that animal game, but now it's with desserts and
Yeah.
easier.
And now I don't have to slap the animal into the right place. I just tilt him. Alright, here, since you can't move, you gotta let the water take you.
I did it!
Spin it.
Love the noises Dribble makes.
Thank you, I will now destroy the world.
Defeat.
A bonk.
Great. Okay.
Close.
Close. Very easy to get that one wrong on your first try.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be like the coffin.
Yeah, now you gotta close the window so Dracula can get some fucking sleep. I want a kiss too!
18-volt loves love!
Oh, now this one's interesting. Check it out. You pick 4, but you can also pop the bubbles, which changes the answer. Oops. You know, like that.
Yeah, good job.
Dodge.
I actually don't know if it would have hit me if I just left it alone, actually.
Yeah.
I think it should have.
Trap.
Oh, this one, you will always get it wrong on your first try because you're actually, because what you like instinctively want to move around at the beginning of a micro game, but that place gives you, if you move at all, then you're gonna loose the trap and then lose.
Seek shelter.
Oh, oh, that was close.
Stick together.
Check these physics. So gloopy. We never saw young Cricket again.
Aw.
He died on the way down.
Aw.
Holy shit.
Oh my god.
Protect.
Can you fight Poseidon?
Protect the goblin bug.
Yeah, but we gotta protect this buddy here first.
Unlock.
Yeah.
Save.
Usually takes a couple swings to get it there. Oh no.
Okay. Nice jump.
Yeah, I totally did all of that. It seemed like the tentacle did more work, honestly.
And the water, like, just kind of threw him up there. And you were like, oh shit, I did it.
Oh, great.
Really glad we did it at the same time.
Yeah, see, buddy, I helped at the last,
Yeah. Oh, this is just like always. Coughs up another Spitz.
Yeah, it's like, oh, that's where I went.
Oh yeah, I'm not the real one.
You see a bunch of zeros and ones and he gets deleted.
Paddle, paddle, paddle. And going with the trend that started in gold, I think that Dr. Crygor might have my favorite cutscene.
Crygor is pretty great.
Yeah. So spinny and H-shaped. Hey, dumbass!
I haven't heard that since... How old am I?
Yesterday.
Dr. Crygor.
He got his yellow jumpsuit back from the older games, but he maintains his personality as it established in gold, where he's like a dorky scientist loser. Maybe that's mean.
I think we could have stopped the dorky scientist.
But he can only move when you hold the A button. But he swims through the air in any direction. He looks very disappointed, too. You can give him some nice emotion on his head because it tilts in whatever direction you turn the stick.
Oh.
Yes.
I'm a genius scientist who is part cyborg, so of course my thing is swimming.
Yeah, right?
You know, swimming in mushrooms. And being a superhero.
Both things I did before I entered science.
You know, I'm thinking my entire character is I'm just going through a different midlife crisis in every game.
Let's begin.
And maybe one day I will die. But as long as I stay in my midlife crisis, it's a long way away.
Oh, hey!
Doris 1 returns. Also, the music in this cutscene rocks. So he's created robots that are specifically made to praise people. And for some reason, Mike can't sing anymore.
Yeah.
Precisely.
Nah.
Not again.
Go back to sleep. I'm killing you later.
Oh, poor guy.
Let's begin.
Look.
Okay.
Hop on.
You did it.
Just stare at the train that's coming at you.
Adios.
Why not?
Steer clear.
Wario's might be the best character for that one. Other ones can make it pretty tricky.
Escape.
Right on. No sweat.
Light.
Piece of cake.
That one introduces like bombs that you can fuse by mistake in later levels. That one's also interesting. That has a few different ways that you can solve it. If you're playing as someone who can move, then you can carry a fig leaf over to his crotchal area. Otherwise, you can just move the fan so his towel doesn't blow away. You can do that with any character. This one also has a few ways you can do it. You can either push the metal to the magnet or push the magnet to the metal.
I like that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It gives the incentive for you to try to play the minigames with other characters.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite parts about this style of WarioWare, is that almost every microgame kind of feels like its own microgame if you play it as a different character. Like, they all have different ways that you solve them. Even if they're similar in the end, the different control schemes make them feel pretty different.
And I like that none of these microgames seem like repeats. They all seem brand new.
Yeah. There are a few that seem very much inspired by older ones, but this isn't like WarioWare Gold, which is specifically a compilation. I keep wanting to say collaboration. That's not right. WarioWare Gold was specifically a compilation. This one has, I believe I counted 222 new microgames,
Jesus.
with a few that reference older ones, probably.
But I want to watch.
Of course.
I've heard of this laser eye surgery. I mean, my eyes are fine, but I just thought it sounded like fun.
I'll get it for free. I don't want to pay for it. Watch.
Grab.
This is a really fun boss, too.
Assemble.
Gotta make the swoosh. I don't think it's supposed to be moving, though.
It's extremely fresh. Oh, a sponge. Good.
Sponge.
Get the phone, though.
The phone flavor's good, though.
Superb.
Successful experiment.
Well, now that I put a phone on a sushi, people should love me, right?
Hey, a free phone! Oh, it's from the 80s. I love how he moves. I can't get over it. We had our doubts there, Doc.
Should probably see where your granddaughter went off to.
We have our doubts that we want to keep you in the series.
Oh, God. 9-volt. This fucking punk.
Whoa.
I've heard 9-volt is one of the lesser characters to play.
I've not met or heard of anyone who does not consider 9-volt to be the worst character in the game.
I'm assuming his playstyle, because last I checked, didn't people like him?
Oh yeah, as a character he's great, but mechanically he's the only character I consider to just be a nuisance.
Okay. I thought it was like they did new changes to 9-volt and now he sucks.
He tells like really edgy humor, I don't know what happened.
He discovered Reddit and YouTube comments and now he thinks he's a roast master.
God. So you can tell right away what Manny's problem with 9-volt is. He cannot stop moving like Mona, but you entirely cannot control his direction. He only turns when he hits a wall, and his only function is that he can shoot his yo-yo upwards. He's just not very intuitive.
This looks like a character that will live and die on the size of the hitbox of his yo-yo.
It's sizable. You don't need to be terribly precise. It is pretty easy to miss if you're moving really quick. Like if the microgame speed is really quick, then it's not terribly difficult to just miss entirely.
Huh?
It looks so sad.
Totally.
Okay.
All right, well, we gotta use them. So,
So it's just so funny to me. Oh, we gotta use them.
Let's go.
I decided to make a veto there because I've been using Wario a lot.
Oh, hey, 13 amp.
Yeah. The whole electricity gang, I guess.
Well, it's good that they got a new friend.
Yeah.
And she wasn't a one-off. I was worried that she would just be introduced once and just get dropped.
Yeah, a lot of the characters from Gold actually come back in this game.
I'm no longer into rap, I'm now into cheesy pop.
So sweet.
It's like she smooched the door.
I love he's just silent, just...
She's coming.
But Franck made too much noise.
Now we gotta reference Sneaky Gamer.
Yeah. Apparently in Game & Wario is just called Gamer, which is equally scary.
I mean, it's got great presentation so far.
Oh, yeah.
Press play.
Let's play! Ah!
Sweet.
Hey, Mario.
Look at me.
Yeah, Mario Land. Ah, shit, I need to bring something up. And this one's specifically New Leaf, apparently. Not New Horizons, which is interesting.
Find ghost.
I'm a big fan of you, Luigi.
Climb.
Now that I can't be a fan of Wario anymore.
So easy. Beep, beep.
Fucking Ice Climber returning again. You can never get rid of it.
Hey, man.
She says to Donkey Kong.
Yeah, like, give me 5. Me and Donkey Kong go back.
Get the core.
Mona, check it out.
I haven't seen you since high school that I attend at the moment.
Let's go.
Create path.
Cap'n Toad. I just love seeing what is referenced in the Nintendo Classics microgames always. Breath of the Wild looking cool.
I like how he did the successful cooking animation, though.
Now this is a Nintendo toy from the 70s. I'm actively Googling it now. I can't find what it's called, so I'm gonna put it on screen. Voila.
I mean, I could tell it was 70s just for the characters' bell bottoms.
Nintendo Badge Arcade, I believe it's called. It's the game with the rabbit on the 3DS or whatever.
Praise.
Hey! Well, you're sneaky, I think you would call a compliment. Reminder, we Let's Played the Black Eagle route of Fire Emblem 3 Houses. I really liked that LP. Go watch it if you'd like.
It was fun.
Yeah, me and Thorn.
Hey, Pikmin 3.
Pikmin 2, I believe. Because it was the opening snowy area back there.
Clear course.
I wasn't
Sorry,
sure if-
just...
No, I wasn't sure if it was the snow area from 3 or 2, because it looks the same.
Sorry, I shouldn't try to Pikminize you.
I mean, do you think I care? I mean, it's funny enough that you already gave me Pikmin 3 Deluxe for Christmas, and you gave me work for my fucking holiday.
I mean, you still haven't done it, so who
But
cares?
still, like, the story mode stuff, we'll get there. Also, I really like this, because Mario World is my first ever video game, and it's one of my favorites ever. So it's neat that it's a mini game now, but also, I'm starting to see why everyone hates this kid.
Oh, he's awful. Especially here, when you have to play as him. So I believe this is an actual recreation of a Mario World level. But the one thing that enrages me Like, there are a few different levels you can play through depending on the microgame's difficulty. Oh my god, I'm having fucking trouble here. There we go. One thing that enrages me, every level only has 4 dragon coins for some reason. I mean, it's not like you get a 1-up or whatever, but why not just have all 5 like in the actual game?
I think that's maybe why they didn't want to reward you with an actual life. And yeah, that's actually the first level. Well, depending on which one you pick, 'cause you can go left or right, but still.
Ew.
That was the bug. I didn't just have an uncontrollable mouth noise.
So, when you're hanging from one of those rings, are you able to choose which direction you go when you drop down?
Yes, that is the only time you have control over 9-volt's direction is if you're holding onto a ring.
Okay, because it looked like when you dropped down, it depended on what direction you were facing when you got on the ring.
Time to do this.
Oh, my favorite WarioWare character, Minecart.
They're gonna say Minecraft.
My favorite Minecraft character.
Okay.
Hey, it's Mike.
Hey, Michael.
I don't know why calling him Michael is really funny.
I've been doing that lately with people who are named Mike. Just, let me call you your full name.
I've been calling Tom Brady Thomas for the past few games, so...
So how's, what's different with Mike?
Mike's good. He can move in any direction, and he can shoot projectiles upward. He may sound limited on paper, but I think he's one of the best characters. He's very reliable because of how diverse his movement is. Plus, I mean, if you can shoot a projectile upward and it goes all the way to, like, until it hits something, that's usually good enough to do what you need to do. Since he's always looking up, he just has his big old chin, too.
Go time.
Also, they did make official that for some reason he just can't sing in this game, which is weird because that was his purpose, and he used to be good at it.
And his name is Mike as in microphone.
Yeah,
I think the idea was he was just a tape deck until now.
Light.
I see.
Yay.
Yay.
Whoa.
Ring.
Whoa.
No,
Oh,
no, 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 no.
Little brother!
Defeat.
Every now and again, you get a micro game where 9-volt is tolerable. That's my favorite quote from Dribble. Ooh!
Steer clear.
Can you spin it fast enough so that, like, you actually do, like, a 360 and you still get hit? Like-
Get the coin.
I don't know. I think you actually might.
I'm starting to see how Mike could be really useful, because you usually start down on the ground and your objective is above you.
Steal the
Yeah, that's usually how it goes, and that's why Mike is super useful.
Go time.
attract.
PP.
The characters in this game are typically more than meets the eye. Like, you'll sometimes see a character that seems super OP until you get to the wrong micro game where they're kind of useless. So that can be mixed because it does add a level of RNG to the game, because there will be times where you get a micro game that's super easy with one character and a big pain in the ass with another, like most ones with 9-volt. So sometimes you'll just fail because the character's a bad match, but none of them are entirely impossible, so it's just something you need to, like, prepare for and get used to.
Come
on.
Also, you were 100% right. That was Pikmin 2, the Winterland.
Yeah. I forget what the level is called, because I only played Pikmin 2 once, but...
Remove.
It really does feel like speed is just... It's just the speed that's 9-volt's biggest problem.
It can be. There's actually a point of that that we're going to be seeing in a few parts. I don't want to talk about it yet because it's a new feature.
Oh, nice. A Mario World Castle.
Yeah. Now you just fly in any direction.
It's like the Super Cape, but permanent.
Now, if you don't mind, I'm gonna spit some beats.
Yeah. Pew.
Pew.
Pew. Pew. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm kind of offbeat here. I'm focusing too. Ah! I was literally focusing too much on staying on beat, so I got hit by the thwomp.
Clear course.
At least they don't force a character swap. Oh, you failed as Mike? Play 9-volt.
Well, that is because we just met Mike, so we are forced to play him through the boss fight, the first playthrough.
Oh, that's right, this is the boss.
Yeah, normally if you fail a boss microgame, well, actually in future playthroughs you just move on to the next level if you replay a level, so you'll just fail the boss and then it moves on to another microgame, so never mind.
I like how very occasionally he turns into Klee
Klee?
from Genshin.
Oh.
Mhm.
And instead of Mario, it just says whatever character you're playing as.
I love details like that.
I'm a karaoke machine.
Ah, referencing his song.
And his purpose, which he has failed.
Good. Sing it.
At least I hope you survived. I am not turning around.
I can't see down.
I get a terrible double chin if I do that, so I get self-conscious.
I mean, same.
That's why I grew a beard, so I don't gotta worry about it.
I have a beard and I still worry about it.
I used to grow beards, but there's a problem with that.
Alright, so that was the first world. There are technically 3 worlds to the game. Next time we're gonna be taking on the second one.
Yeah, I was thinking, like, we'd probably just round out all the cast and then we have to do, like, special levels or something.
Basically. It ends with a big old boss, like always, but then there's a little bit more to do.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how the other characters play, because I think that's I really think it's an interesting concept.
It is interesting.
It's different from the usual, like, yeah, sure, it's not shoot the banana in 5 seconds, but at least now you get to play with the WarioWare characters.
Yeah, when you were describing it in the Discord chat with everyone, I had no idea what to expect. But now that I see it, I'm intrigued.
Yeah, it is really interesting. It's definitely different, and it shakes up the WarioWare formula for basically the first time, unless you count, like, the weird spin-offs like Game & Wario or WarioWare Snapped, which was just a bad game. Is it better than the normal formula? No. I would say definitively, in my opinion, I would say I prefer the way it is before. This system is a lot of fun, and I like it a lot. But even though every microgame being played by the same character gives it a lot of variety and a lot of possibilities, having the microgames just be free and allowing them to do whatever they want without the confines of a side-scrolling control scheme gives it more freedom, which I prefer. I do like this a lot. I want to be super clear with that. I like this system. I think I prefer the classic style a bit.
Yeah, there's something to be said where you're talking about different characters might be able to solve the same microgame in a different way. But if they were to lean really heavily on that and flesh it out, that kind of goes against the idea of microgames as just being quick, do one thing, and then move on to the next one.
Yeah, the limitations aren't necessarily a downside. It really is all very subjective, whether you prefer this or the classic style. Because, and I mean, they're both great. Like, that's the great thing, is this is different. And while, in my opinion, it's not as good as how it was before, it's still a really cool alternative that is definitely worth existing, I guess, would be the way to say it.
If anything, I'm hoping this'll, if it goes well enough over, because I mean, I haven't looked at like sales or reviews or anything. If anything, this could be like a sub-series within its own sub-series. We have classic WarioWare style, and then we have Get It Together style.
Yeah, like the old ones are like WarioWare. This is WarioWare Prime, I guess.
WarioWare Prime. Like the next one could be called like WarioWare Get It Yourself, because it's one player now. But
Isn't that WarioWare DIY?
Oh yeah,
But now GIY.
Let's just make a game where they fuse all of them together. Oh boy, I can't wait to design my own games with motion controls with gold, and we're doing it together. Mega games.
We're doing it together yourself.
And I hope we get twisted and snapped.
Oh, I hope we don't. I hope we get twisted and snapped. Wario, that's not very E10.
And then ultimately, you just have to make everything in WarioWare yourself, so they just send you a Switch development console.
I mean, for $50, yeah, that'd be great.
It's just called Wario.
That is another thing. This game is not $60, it is $50. And oddly enough, before the game came out, Nintendo did send out surveys to people asking them if they would buy a new WarioWare game for $50. This was like a month before E3.
Yeah, I think I remember that. That's what
Yeah.
got people excited, because they were like, oh, they might show off a new WarioWare game, and they did.
I still think 50 is a bit much, but, you know, everything's a bit much with Nintendo, so, like, that's...
Nintendo's a bit much these days.
Yeah.
I mean, after that last Animal Crossing thing,